we're going to kick off with Kailyn Calloway, a fantastic saxophone player, and I'll let her give more about what she's playing.
My name is Kailyn Calloway. That's it. I I joined Talk Lady Sigma in spring 2018. I'm a part of Theta Zeta chapter in North Carolina A&T State University. I play the saxophone. The song that I'm playing today is, I'm pretty sure a lot of you should know it, but it's called The Way by Jill Scott. I'm a saxophonist here in Atlanta, Georgia. I play across various states, and I mostly play a lot of like funk, R&B, hip hop type things. And I work with a lot of different like artists, like singers, and I put together live events and put together bands for people here in Atlanta, Georgia. So without further ado, this is The Way by Jill Scott. That was it for that song. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. And if you don't know Jill Scott, now you know.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kailyn. That was amazing. Like, we were all just jamming to that. That was great. Does anyone have any questions for Kailyn?
I have one question.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
What is your technique like to improve like your tone? Like, cause your tone was like really good, and like when I try to play, it'd be kind of bright, But like, what is your technique? Like, what do you practice and stuff?
Well, I do a lot of performance type thing. It kind of came. I've been playing since I was like 10, so it really came from. I think a lot of it came from because I play bass clarinet too, and just understanding my breath control, and also I do. It's all about the equipment that you use more so with a saxophone. Saxophone already the easiest instrument to blow through. So like depending on your mouthpiece and everything. So I play on like a Jody Jazz 7 star, it's an open face, and some equipment is for me, some is not. And it all comes down to like how I want my armature to be, the type of sound I want. So I play tenor. I rather have. I know there's a lot of tenor players, jazz tenor players out there that have like a bright tenor sound, or some have a very raspy or dark. As a tenor, as a jazz player, and I play these various different songs, I don't like my tenor to sound bright because it's not a soprano, it's not an alto. I like my tenor to sound dark and bright in a sense, but just darker. So that came down to me probably having a open face mouthpiece, but also the reed too. I know they be like, I know a lot of people talk about, especially going from marching band and other thing, they be like 3, but it also depends on your equipment. Because I play on a more professional type of mouthpiece, I more so use a 2.5 because I also have like a lot of breath control and I have a lot of air. And it also come long tones too. So.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Awesome.
And I'll put my Instagram in the chat if anybody wants
perfect.
to like follow me, everything.
Perfect. Yes, please. Yeah, if you could. Yep. I think you sent that before we got there, so I will copy that and send that. Yeah, please follow her. I'm honestly thinking about getting married again, so you could play at my wedding. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then next up, we have a wonderful flautist. Her name is Claudia Hayden. I play French horn. I got my bachelor's in music education and French horn performance from University of Northern Iowa a while ago. I still like to play. I don't do it in public as much as I used to because of teaching, and also Tau Beta Sigma. That takes up a lot of nights and weekends, but I'm still excited to play for you guys today. And so it'll be cool. So I found, and this is something you guys can do too, different things if you're looking to spice up your practicing or anything. I just found a while ago, there's online backing tracks on YouTube of orchestral works and stuff. So I decided to play for you guys today. Mozart goes super, super classical, old school that way, but horn players know, and also flute players and clarinets and anyone he wrote solos for is, the more advanced you get on your instrument, the harder Mozart stuff gets. It's kind of an enigma that way, but so I have it set up on an iPad that I just kind of follow that. And then we're an Apple family at my house. So just playing on a little mini HomePod to accompany. So hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being here. Let's see. All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, that collection was good.
Thank you.
I tried French horn. That was going to try to be my secondary thing. Hardest thing in the world. Most definitely put it straight back down. But it was beautiful.
It looks a little intimidating, and then it's just on weird shelves. So it's just once you get the hang of where things sound, I don't know. And also, like, it's hard to start kids on horn in middle school because the music's just not fun at all. But it starts getting cool after a while. But yeah.
So do you have to be good at like listening, like knowing your notes and everything for that? Like you got to be able to not sight,
Or just
play by ear.
play by ear. Yeah, I'm still not good at that. I fake it a lot, but it definitely after so many years of playing, you just kind of to develop relative pitch. I found that I think we were messing with it in college, but a friend of mine, I have relative pitch or almost perfect pitch in the key of F, which is not very helpful. So I can know what a note is, but it's going to be a fifth off probably from piano music or anything like that. So yeah, you just kind of have to, and then get out of your head as you start playing it too, because horn is notorious for fracking and doing all sorts of stuff, but it's still a fun instrument to play. I remember I always tell, because I do elementary school band and I do elementary music, which I've done high school band, I've done 512 and stuff like that, but I like sticking with the younger kids because getting them interested in music, classical music, all types of different music, how to dance, how to move to it, how to play stuff, like I think that's really important. And so when we do instrument tryouts, it's fun to see. That's one of my favorite days of the year. It's tiring, but it's also fun because I'm sure you guys have all had that situation where you picked your instrument, hopefully you did, that it just kind of, it might have clicked right away, it might have not, but you worked at it and it's something you really like to do. So for sure. Erica, Madam President, please. Same shirt wearing person. Hello.
Also Twinkie. Yeah, you're right. So I know French horn is your primary instrument. I was wondering if there were any other instruments that maybe would be a close second that you've played before, or you feel like you could easily put down your French horn and pick up this other instrument.
Sure, yeah. As a music teacher, I like to know and play all the instruments. If you look, I kind of have a lot of them set up. I'm lucky to have a music room at my house where I have an addiction collection of stuff, and so I like to play with the students. And usually, and after 15 years of teaching, I've gotten better. I've played, so I really enjoyed in college. I ended up taking flute lessons a little bit because flute I was not good at, I was terrible at, and I had to work really hard at, so that was helpful. And so I've played flute in pit orchestras and stuff like that a lot. And then was a couple years ago randomly, sometimes there's just random gigs in Iowa, every once in a while I'll play tenor sax in a Dixieland band with a bunch of old guys that we have to wear the white and red pinstripe stuff. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to see a picture of that ever. That's not something that's ever, I know. Well, maybe someday, maybe for a special occasion, but stuff like that. And then, yeah, it's just kind of fun. Like once you start learning other instruments, it's fun. I'll play in different rock bands and stuff like that. Like we have a teacher cover band we call Professional Development, and I'll either play drums or bass guitar on that. So things like that. But yeah, good question. Yeah, just kind of pick stuff up. And as you can see, music studio, I teach lessons here. So just whatever kids want to learn, usually neighborhood kids or kids at my school and stuff like that. But starting on French horn, it was easier to pick up on other things. Yep, Erica is correct. Cool. All right, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. We're gonna move on to our friend Sarah, who's gonna rock out a bassoon for us.
All right.
This. Please go ahead and tell us about yourself and what you're playing.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name's Sara Remoy. I currently reside in the Midwest District, where I'm one of the district counselors. I'm actually from the Southwest District. I graduated from I graduated from the University of Arkansas, Go Hogs, with a bachelor's of music, and I got initiated into the side chapter. In the fall of 2012. It's been almost 10 years now, so that's I'm starting to get up there in years. But but I currently would live in the Midwest District because I am working on my Doctor of Musical Arts in Bassoon Performance and Pedagogy at the University of Iowa. And then today I will be performing a piece which is also written by a fellow University of Iowa alum, although I'm not an alum yet, but by a bassoonist by the name of Jacqueline Wilson. She got her DMA in bassoon performance and pedagogy several years ago. I mean, not forever ago. She's still fairly young, but before my time. But Dr. Wilson happens to be Native American, with her heritage being of the Yakima Nation. So the piece that she composed, which she just published last year, is titled Dance Suite for Solo Bassoon, and it's in 6 movements, and I'll be playing all 6 movements today. And each movement depicts different dances and events that can be seen at a Native American powwow convention. And this is a really fun piece for just solo bassoon. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. I play in the low register and the high register, and I just really love this piece. It's been a fabulous piece to work on over the past year. I love finding and playing new music, so I'm happy to play a piece by a fellow Hawkeye. So I hope you all enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. That was amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bassoon is such a cool instrument. It really
Yes.
is. Like just the things you can do with it. It's incredible. Fantastic.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah, you
anyone
sound
have any-
amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Does anyone have any questions for Sarah?
Is a double read harder than like a one read? Or I don't know, would you just say one read?
Yeah, double read versus single read. I mean, every instrument has their challenges, but I think double reads are because they tend to me, they tend to also be maybe just a little bit more challenging because single reads are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're very, I don't know, they're not as temperamental as double reads are. Like my reads, like I make my own reads and then but so many variables goes into that because like I'm so dependent on like the tube cane I get to make sure it's a good quality, to even like the day-to-day weather can affect reads or like altitude. Like in July I'm going to the Double Reed Society conference, which is in Boulder, and everybody's panicking about reads and their performances, so that's going to be fun. um, so yeah, again, every instrument has their challenges, but I think probably like double reads just make life a little bit more complicated than you would if you had a single reed. So, and like I played clarinet when I was in marching band, when I was younger, and I always played on a leger reed, like a plastic reed, when I was in marching band. So I just never had to worry about reeds. All of my reed attention just went to bassoon.
Amazing insight there. You don't understand the plight of a double reed player until you live with one or you experience watching them make reeds, and it's an
Yeah.
experience to those that know in that way. Very cool. Excellent. What other questions we have for our DMA counselor extraordinaire?
Hi, so I'm a music ed major and I had to play bassoon for my Woodwind technique class this past semester.
hmm
And I was decent enough that my director he needs a bassoonist for a concert band for next year. So what are some like tips to get me started since I'm still like very new to bassoon and everything?
Yeah. Could I ask what's your primary instrument?
Saxophone.
Saxophone. Okay. Um, I think to get started, one, make sure that you have a good reed because a well-responsive reed will make all the difference in the world. And I know for me, kind of like what helps me to, yeah, just like get familiar with the bassoon and just enjoy playing. Like I know, like our first performer, like she mentioned that, she plays long tones. Long tones are good. And then, to and they'll be really good to help develop your tone. And then you could also pair long tones with popular songs. Like I have a list and like of like every note like that includes like Mr. Brightside and stuff like that and Supermassive Black Hole because I'm just that kind of a person.
Ooh, I like both of
And
those songs.
yeah, and just playing long tones with the songs so then that way, because I feel like bassoon is sort of like horn in that like a really good ear will help you with your intonation and your tone. So playing with pop songs or just any songs that you like or some kind of a drone will help develop your tone. And yeah, and then just finding stuff that is fun to play. Like since you play saxophone, like, obviously you can read in treble clef, like I get a lot of like pop song books, or like, or the books that we probably a lot of us had of like, Disney songs or stuff like that, that's easy to play on bassoon, or there's so much online anymore that you can go find something for free to just help, yeah, build your dexterity. That will be simple to help, yeah, build your dexterity with the fingers, because it's the fingerings for bassoon are a little different than saxophone. But the feel is generally similar, but it's different at the same time. But does all that sound helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, excellent. Question for you, Sarah.
Yes.
What is the most challenging part of being a DMA student? Sounds like a lot.
Yeah. I think probably time management is the most challenging part. Like like going through all the classes are fine, but yeah, but being involved with a million other different things. And it doesn't also help that I did start my doctorate in the fall of 2020. So yeah, I 0 out of 10 wouldn't recommend necessarily starting your doctorate during the middle of a pandemic. But here we are, so that's okay. But I think it's just trying to find balance of every single thing that I want to be able to do, and then what I physically can handle. That's been a real struggle for me this past year.
Yeah. Excellent points there. Cool. Excellent. And if you would like to put down your social media, we could follow you, and then also your Sarah does have a double reed making company, so hit her
Yes.
up. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started my own business. Let me put that in the chat, where I make and sell bassoon reeds called Beeline Reeds, which several bassoonists square. Yes. Square site. But that's like a good way for double reed players to have some extra income is by selling reeds. And if you're not interested, if you're not in the market for bassoon reeds, I do also sell t-shirts with my logos and pencils as well. I sell pencils like with my company name and a little bassoon turban wrapping as well. So super fun. But I just wanted something to, feel useful for the bassoon community, and for myself to also just like, it's been really useful for me in like standardizing a lot of my reed making process and building up that consistency. So beelinereads.square.site. I'm on Instagram at beelinereads, or you can find me as well for all that kind of stuff. I think my personal Instagram, I'm at Spock Remoy, and my bassoon Instagram, which I don't use as much anymore, but it's Sarah-Remoy or _Remoy _bassoon. I'll put all this in the chat, but yeah, fun times, entrepreneurship.
Right? Yeah. Let's get you some business as well. Excellent.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. That was awesome. We are nearing the end of our performances, friend, but we have one more amazing conclusion to this wonderful hour. So I'm going to spotlight. We have Lindsey and Zack, and I will let them talk about what they will be sharing with us today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsey Kovach. I am from the Eta Zeta chapter at the University of Kentucky.
I'm Zack Miller. I'm from the Theta Epsilon chapter of Kappa Kappa Psi at the University of Kentucky.
And we will be performing a piece that we've been working on together this semester called Azul by Nathan Doherty. It's a very contemporary flute and percussion duet. We're going to be playing the second movement called Sapphiric Fire. It's a little faster and more upbeat. Do you have anything to say about it?
It was published in 2009, and Nathan Doherty is a very prominent composer when it comes to kind of percussion and wind pairings of duets. And I think he also has a few chamber pieces, and you might hear a cat in the background that's causing havoc. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to perform live. Our performance space is taken today, so we're going to be playing a video of when we performed it at my recital back in April.
Very cool. Thank you. All right, go ahead. Awesome. Very, very cool. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Yeah, I just love that collaboration. That's really hard to do, and that's a lot of work together. You almost hear each other breathing and just kind of just feel that heartbeat on there. That was really neat. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Does anyone have any questions for Lindsey and Zack?
Just a comment. This is Claudia. Amazing. Really, really enjoyed your piece.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So how much planning and how much preparation did that take to perform that piece? That sounds like a pretty tough work.
We got the music only about a month before we needed to perform it or so it was a few weeks like of really intense practice, because we realized the hardest part was not learning our own parts, but definitely putting the two together. So it's so mixed meter, and so that was a challenge that we're still working on.
And the fact that the two movements, we played the second movement, which is very fast and energetic, but the first movement is very much soloistic, and a lot of me following Lindsey's lead, as she has a lot of cadenzas and soloist lines. And it's actually on vibraphone, crotales, and she's playing the flute for that. So a lot of it's like different textures, different sounds, but a lot of it was just trying to contrast the two movements enough to where the listening environment was very similar for both, except of course they have to sound very different because of the instruments and the work itself. Oh, and also NCD convention was literally the week before her recital.
Of course it was.
So that was brutal.
Sounds about right. EA convention season during recital season. That's always a fun challenge. Excellent. Malia's asking if this recording is out anywhere. Did we just get an exclusive or?
Yeah, so I'm actually getting ready to release it on my YouTube channel. I'll put that info in the chat if that's okay with you. I didn't ask you. Okay. It's already on I have a website which I can link to, and it's on my SoundCloud on there, but the video is going to be online soon.
We played it on my recital too a few weeks prior, but that was her recording was much better than mine.
It was on a very different stage. It's hard to, yeah.
It was a trial run in that way, or just recording equipment and stuff like that. Very
yeah.
Cool. All right.
Oh, I had a question. Do y'all play together often, or is this kind of, like how do you have like several different pieces, or you feel like we've been doing this for a while? So yeah.
This is the second piece we played as like a duet together. Do you want to talk about the first one?
Yeah, so the first one was actually last summer at National Convention. We played in right outside the convention halls, our own arrangement and a kind of transposition of what was it, Chopin's Nocturne in E flat minor.
So that was the first time, and then we spent a lot of time after that looking for more contemporary pieces, and this was the second piece we put together. Yeah, we definitely wanted to do something on each other's recitals that really showcased both of our works. The thing is, a lot of the pieces besides that are by other composers that are kind of like duet pieces with percussion. Some of them are very contemporary, and then some are very almost like pop-esque, to where the flute has all the cool stuff, and the members just kind of there playing the same thing the entire time. And I was, let's get something where we both can like have a little bit of a challenge on that piece, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of the arrangements would be originally a piano part, so it would be more of a complementary than a duet in that way. So kudos to you for finding the right music that really showcased both of your talents. I think that's 70% of the battle for sure. Absolutely. Cool. All right, yeah, if you guys could throw your advertising info in the chat, we can pump you up that way too. Excellent. All right, we're done a little bit. Oh, we have a question. Are you best friends? Are you brother or sister, or how did you start performing together is the question.
Getting personal, aren't we?
We are. It was an anonymous question that I will bring forth to the crowd.
So we've been friends since freshman year of college. We may have ran into each other in high school at a few things,
No.
but
we
but-
met in freshman year marching band here.
yeah. And then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
We started dating in fall of 2020. And we've been trying to look for more ways to do collaborations with each other. So I'm trying to write. I like to compose and arrange stuff too, and I really like to. I'm trying to compose something for Lindsey and I to play, hopefully in the near future. But I love writing music, so it's really cool to have somebody that can play it for me.
Play it, yeah.
Will be your muse in some ways. You're writing.
Be like, hey, is this doable? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
Always good to have the performer in that way. Excellent. Yeah, that is adorable and beyond cute. And you're about to make us all squee with excitement. So congratulations on that. Good deal.